Good morning, dear. How are you? Oh. No need to worry. Everything will be ready on time. Oh, I never miss an appointment. I'll see you tomorrow, dear. Cheerio.
Morning, good afternoon, Mill Health Centre.
Karen, has Mr. Jenkins arrived yet?
Gone to the loo, he's got the runs.
Oh, lovely. Oh, sorry.
My fault entirely.
How's your back today?
Much improved thanks to your ministration.
Mr. Jenkins, if you'd like to come through.
Life in the old dog yet?
Karen, I would appreciate it if you didn't compare me to an aging canine.
Your first house call's just cancelled, Mrs. Morton.
Again? Could you check her records for me?
Well, I thought you'd be pleased that somebody was feeling better.
I'd be overjoyed, but Mrs. Morton is housebound with chronic rheumatoid arthritis.
Oh, my great-aunt Ada had that. It got so bad that she had to go into sheltered accommodation, poor thing. It looks like Mrs. Morton's pain medication ran out 6 days ago.
I see.
Hey, is rheumatoid arthritis, does it run in the family? And you should hear my knees going up the stairs. Honestly, it's like a bowl of cereal all snap, crackle and...
Oh. Dr. Carter, what are you doing here?
Well, I wanted to see how you were for myself, Mrs. Morton.
Ah, now I've told you before, you're to call me Zita. And I'm fine. In fact, best I've been for years. Look.
Well, you seem like a changed woman. No pain or discomfort.
I'm in remission. Have been for weeks. All the old symptoms gone.
Remarkable.
Come in for a cup of tea. I'll tell you more.
Well, alas, I've an afternoon of house calls ahead of me. I'm delighted you're feeling better, but,
Yes?
well, it's just the speed of your remission. You were in such pain when I saw you a few weeks ago.
Don't you believe the evidence of your own eyes?
I tell you what, I'll take you up on your kind offer of a cup of tea if you let me give you an examination. How does that sound?
Better safe than sorry. In you come.
Come on! Finally! What do you mean, insufficient funds? Oh, no way, not today!
Well, your recovery is remarkable. There's some stiffness in your joints, you're pain-free, no soft tissue tenderness. What's the secret?
Secret?
Well, nothing I prescribed was doing much good.
It's all down to a herbal recipe. Suggested to me by my grandson's Chinese girlfriend. Does wonders for me.
Mm-hmm. What's it called?
The remedy?
Yeah, a doctor likes to know what his patient's taking, even if he didn't prescribe it.
Well, now you're asking. The label was in Chinese. All I know is it does the trick.
Oh, I hope your grandson didn't get it off the internet. There's no knowing what's in these so-called miracle cures. If it's been imported, there could be illegal ingredients, toxic materials.
Don't worry, I get my remedy from a Chinese medical dispensary. Just off Hurst Street in Birmingham. Do you know, by the roundabout with the tall pagoda?
Well, next time you're down there, can you get the name and a full list of ingredients?
Will do.
So how often do you take this remedy?
Once a day, dissolved in a hot drink. I like to take mine in my tea. Don't worry, Dr. Carter. I've had my dose for today.
Just need a few quid for lunch, that's all.
Sorry, been burning a lot of money to gym buddies before.
Come on, mate, I'm starving.
You still owe me 50 quid.
Get my wages from the Icon tomorrow, I'll pay you then.
Sorry, Jack. No more handouts.
Is this because Lauren was more into me instead of you? You're still jealous?
Get a grip. She didn't mean anything to me.
What, yeah, right.
Maybe you should take a break. Get your head straight.
And tell me what to do. You can't push me around anymore.
Do you want some help with that?
No, the council's meant to be dealing with that next week. I thought you might like to share these with your colleagues. I made them for a bake sale at my local lunch club, but I can easily rustle up another batch.
Really? I shouldn't.
Oh, don't be daft. Whenever that nice Dr. West came to see me, he always took a few of my brownies back to the mill with him. Go on. You know you want to.
If you insist. Now, I want you to call if there are any signs of your old symptoms recurring. There are no guarantees with a remission.
I know. I'm enjoying my new lease of life as long as it lasts. Thought I was about ready for the knackers yard, but now anything seems possible. Thank you for coming, even if it was a wasted trip. Oh, you nearly frightened the life out of me.
Who was that? What do you want?
Dr. Carter was giving me a checkup. That's all.
I'm home. What are you doing here?
I was listening to that.
Oh, and what is that smell?
Boiling some chicken breasts and steam some cabbage.
Can't you do that in halls? Because you don't live here anymore, remember?
Give it a rest, Immy.
You're eating green vegetables, that's a first.
Part of my new health regime.
It's not doing a lot for your complexion though, is it?
Yeah, well most girls don't need a trowel to put their makeup on.
You know, I'm fed up of you coming back home whenever you feel like it. This isn't a drop-in clinic for the terminally self-centred, you know.
Not my fault, I'm the favourite child. I'm sure Mum and Dad will probably pay poor little Immy some attention one day. Maybe. Oh, what's wrong? Truth hurt, does it? Don't forget to slam the door.
So your patient's had a complete remission almost overnight. Fascinating.
Isn't it? I've heard of it, but not seen it for myself.
Does anyone want one of these?
I don't want to spoil my appetite. I'm meeting a friend for lunch.
Elaine?
No, no thanks.
Oh well. More for me.
I'd love to know which remedy your patient's taking.
Zita's promised to let me know.
So you're coming round to the value of alternative remedies then, Heston?
I wouldn't hold your breath.
All the nutters are in today. It's taken me half an hour to get Mrs. Rodriguez out the toilet. First chance I've had to draw breath. Are these any good? Slave drivers. I'll be with you in a sec. Mill Health Centre.
Mom, you have got to do something about Jack. I came home for lunch and he's stunk the whole...
Innie, this isn't a good time. I'm up to my eyeballs here.
Me too. Jack's turned this place into a complete tip. I'm meant to be writing an essay for art history this afternoon. How am I...
Stop right there, OK? I haven't got time to play referee. Why don't the two of you try acting your age for once?
But, Mom...
But nothing! Look, sort this out for yourselves. I gotta go. I'll see you tonight. Sorry about that. Teenagers, what can you do?
Karen, when you've finished with these patients, would you come and see me, please? Because the PCT stats are due in tomorrow and I still haven't had your data.
Yes, Julia. Of course, Julia. 3 bags full, Julia. So, where were we?
You made me look alright, fool.
What are you talking about, dear?
This! It's the wrong merchandise.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. I can tell the difference between this stuff and the real deal, and so can my customers. Well, have a look yourself if you don't believe me.
Well, there's obviously been some kind of a mix-up.
You don't say.
But if I've given you the normal brownies, then where are they? Oh dear.
What are you going to do about this?
Oh, I can have another batch ready in a few hours.
You better. I'll be back at 3:30. Don't let me down again, dear.
Hello, Mill Health Centre.
Ah, it's Mrs. Morton.
I'm a patient of Dr. Carter's. Is he around?
I think that he's on lunch.
Well, it's just
him some of my home baking after he'd made a special effort to come and see me, and I think he got a bad batch.
Oh, so you're the lady that made the brownies. They are brilliant.
You've tried them already?
Tried them. They're amazing. Actually, can you send the recipe? Mrs. Morton?
I went to the toilet for 1 minute.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's not funny. I was really looking forward to that.
I'm sorry.
Some of us are trying to work, you know.
Okay, so let's go somewhere with a lovely lunch.
Maybe tomorrow. I spent all morning getting cross-examined. I just want to relax.
Well, I can think of something that will help with that.
Do you mind? Could you two at least get a room?
Yeah, sorry, Karen, she's not usually like this. Not at lunchtime, anyway.
Oh, come on, don't be such a stick in the mud, Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy. What's that song? Jimmy, Jimmy, Jimmy.
What was got into you? Oh, box of brownies for a start. Brownies?
You're lovely. You are. Do you know that you're lovely?
Oh, sorry. I'll come back later.
No, Elaine, wait.
No, it's okay.
No, I need to get Cherry into my room. She's toasted.
Sorry?
She's in a state of artificial bliss. She's flying around on a Technicolor joyride. She's stoned.
No, I'm just happy.
Hello?
Yeah, it's Jimmy. Listen, did you accept a gift of home baking from one of your patients?
Yes, chocolate brownies from Mrs. Morton.
They're laced with skunk.
Skunk?
It's specially cultivated cannabis. It's about 5 times more potent.
Are you sure? I mean, Zita's a sweet old lady. I mean, she's hard...
I thought you'd know better than to accept a gift of food from a patient. There could be anything in those brownies.
God, do you expect me to test every morsel before sharing them out?
All I'm saying is talk to your patient, find out what she was playing at.
Don't worry, I will. Is everyone all right? No ill effects?
Yeah, nothing too serious.
Glad to hear it. I'll see you later.
Sorry if I gave you the wrong batch, but it's an easy mistake to make.
Yes, it is, when you're baking brownies laced with an illegal drug.
Cannabis is purely medicinal.
Oh, rubbish. It's a Class B controlled drug. There's nothing medicinal about it.
You doctors think you know everything, but you can't see the truth, even when it's as plain as the nose on your face.
What do you mean?
It's the cannabis that has caused my remission. I was online at my Silver Surfers Club when I read about cannabis inducing remissions. I decided to give it a try.
Yes, contrary to what you may think, madam, I am well aware of that study. Its scope was limited and far from conclusive. I would need a lot more proof than that before I start giving my patients cannabis cookies.
Face it, Dr. Carter, you're not really angry with me. You're just embarrassed about giving my special brownies to your colleague.
We take our responsibility to patients at the mill very seriously. We can't do that if we're stoned, can we?
I said I'm sorry.
You put lives in jeopardy. Did you think about that? You used to be a pillar of the community, head of a noted girls' school. How did you end up taking illegal drugs?
What choice did I have? Rheumatoid arthritis was stealing my life bit by bit. I could no longer leave the house. I could barely fend for myself in the house. I knew it wouldn't be long before you suggested I go into a nursing home.
Cannabis is not the answer.
So you keep saying. But what happens if you stop my supply? How long do you think my remission would last?
There's no proof it's responsible for your remission.
But if it is, don't you have a duty of care to safeguard my health? Aren't medical professionals supposed to follow the principle of first do no harm?
I am not discussing ethics with someone who is knowingly breaking the law.
Then we have nothing more to say to each other, have we?
I have. Who supplies your cannabis?
I want you to leave.
Not until I get some answers.
If you won't go, I shall call the police.
I'm the one who should be calling the police. You know, I could swear that wallpaper's worse than it was earlier.
Leave that be!
This is piping hot.
Really? Well, it's mainly foreign students who rent the place next door. They must have left the heater on.
And trust me, this is a lot more than a forgotten radiator. Just what's going on here, Mrs. Morton?
Ooh, the incredible sulk returns. Have a good sleep, did you? Oh, you are disgusting. Can't believe you've actually become more of a slob since you left for uni.
Whatever.
Oi, clean that up.
No, you're worse than Mom.
Why are you acting so weird?
I'm fine.
Then why take all this food? What is it for?
Refueling for work sessions down the gym.
You? At a gym?
It's not funny.
Yeah, it is. Oh, poor little Jack. Did the £98 weakling finally get sick of having sand kicked in his face? Oh, truth hurts, does it?
Back off on me. I said back off!
You were right to call us, Dr. Carter. Either it's Day of the Triffids next door or somebody's using their place as a cannabis factory. Quite mature plants too, ready for harvest any day now.
And that's why the adjoining wall is so hot.
The plants need extra heat to help stimulate growth indoors. How long have you known about this?
Oh, I didn't.
Oh, come on, Zita, that won't wash.
I've had a look in the kitchen. That's a lot of brownies. More than for personal use, I'd say.
Well, I share them with other arthritis sufferers, that's all. No money changes hands.
Mrs. Morton, the more you tell me, the better it'll be for you.
All right. Yes, I did know what they were doing next door. But when I found out, they threatened to hurt me.
But how did the cannabis end up in the brownies?
They gave it me for keeping my mouth shut. I'm so ashamed.
Do you know the names of those responsible?
Could you describe them?
You don't understand. If I tell you anything, they'll hurt me. Or worse.
Better call the drug squad.
Are you expecting someone?
Right, your mum's on her way home to sort you out.
No way. Do you want to leave work just before afternoon surgery?
I texted her about how weird you're being.
You did what?
Acting like Jekyll and Hyde, nicking food. You're not yourself.
Like, I care what you think.
What's wrong with you? I've just spent a half an hour hand washing all of them.
Like anyone wants to see you in your pants.
Oh yeah, and when's the last time you had a girlfriend?
That's none of your business.
Oh no, you just prefer hanging out at the gym with the boys, pumping some iron.
Drop it in me.
Well, you know what they say about big muscles covering up for a
I told you to drop it, so drop it!
Hello. You're looking for these?
You again. You better not be trying to steal my action.
Oh, I leave all the action to the professionals.
What are you on about? Where's Zita?
I'm sure these gentlemen can explain.
Well, this isn't fair. I ain't done nothing wrong.
I haven't done anything wrong, is the phrase I think you're looking for.
Craig Croomy. How long's it been?
PC Miles.
I suppose I should congratulate you. Graduating from selling a few spliffs to running your own cannabis factory. It's quite a step up.
What are you on about? I don't run the cannabis factory.
But you do know about it.
No. But it wasn't my idea.
Are you sure it's safe?
Oh, it's all right. The ringleader's under arrest.
I'm no ringleader. I was just helping out. It's all Grand's idea.
Craig, how can you say such a thing?
This is your grandson?
You can't believe a word she says. It's an act, all of it.
Take him away.
I'm telling the truth. Grand planned the whole thing. Please, you got to believe me. I've not done anything wrong, honest. She's dead persuasive, and she said she'd give me some money.
I really appreciate this. I know you've got more important things to do.
Actually, you're doing me a favour, to be honest. Don't think I could look at those PCT stats for a minute longer. Oh, thanks for getting that data together for me, by the way.
You're very welcome. Right, go and play peacemaker.
See you tomorrow.
I'm no expert, but I suspect, with your exemplary background and limited involvement in the cannabis factory, you'll probably only receive a caution.
And what about my grandson?
He's on much shakier ground, according to PC Miles. I understand now why you didn't want to tell us who was responsible.
Before my daughter died, I promised I'd take care of Craig. I knew he'd been in trouble, but I never dreamt he would threaten me.
You've been through quite an ordeal.
I shall miss my special brownies.
I mean, we can't be sure it was the cannabis that triggered the remission, but I promise to help you through whatever comes next, Zita.
You're very kind.
Julia, I've got a message from Jimmy. Seems Cherry isn't feeling well, so he's taking her home.
Why didn't you tell me yourself?
It came on very suddenly. Something she ate, I believe.
Well, that's just great, isn't it, when I'm covering the desk for Karen? Now Cherry's gone for the day as well. I mean, why does Jimmy have to take her home? Couldn't they have called a taxi?
Not sure that would have been the best choice. They did organise nursing cover for this afternoon's clinics.
Oh, that's something, I suppose.
Julia!
All right, Elaine, please, there's no need to shout.
Sorry. It's just I had an idea for changing the waiting room area ambience.
I'm listening.
Well, you know how stressed some patients are. I thought we could replace the chairs for beanbags. Make them more relaxed.
No, I really don't think that beanbags are the solution. I mean, they wouldn't be any good for our disabled patients, would they?
Absolutely. You're right. I was thinking of the holistic approach, not the practical. I'll just get back to my room then.
What's wrong with people today?
Hello, dear. I take it you got my message. Yes, poor Craig. But he was just collateral damage, losing the first crop just a day before harvest. Much more costly. Oh, not to worry. The other two sites will both be ready next week. We'll have our bake sale soon enough. Bye, dear. Now, aren't you glad I took cuttings this morning, my dears? You'll soon be sprouting lovely new leaves.
Yeah, right, like you're the world expert on sex.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
1 week you're joining the sisterhood with Elise, the next you're jumping into bed with Gio the Italian stallion. Which side you betting for this week?
At least I've got friends, unlike some people.
Get lost in me.
Why? What are you going to do? Show me what a big man you are? I'm not scared of you. Pumping iron to make you feel like a big man.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I am not the one who got mugged by a bunch of 9-year-old girls. Pathetic, Jack Collins, that's what you are. Pathetic.
Out! Get out of my house! Get out!
Mom.
Miss, he's gone.
How'd it go with the patient?
A long story, let's just say it won't happen again.
Glad to hear it.
I understand from Elaine that Cherry had to go home sick.
Yeah, that's what we told Julia. I'd appreciate it if you could back us up.
Of course, I'll apologise to Cherry when she comes back. How is she?
Dreamy, horny, potentially criminal, borderline hysterical.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, she's sleeping it up.
Right.
So, how did Skunk get into those brownies?
Right, now thereby hangs the tale.
I don't understand. What is wrong with him?
I don't know. Old Jag said that he was acting strange, but I didn't listen.
He punched me.
Oh no.
Mum, can I sleep in your bed tonight?
Of course you can.
Well, if it isn't Jack Collins. What the hell happened to you?
Got in a fight?
Got the place to ourselves.
I'm all yours.
You are in big trouble, mister.
Getting to the bottom of the miner's health problems and unusual